I'm Sheena. I'm 19. This is my first performance. So I'm just gonna read two poems.
Yes.
The first one is called "The Bond We Had." It's just really about my introduction to heartbreak. So yeah. Okay. Sorry. The bond we had was that many only dream of. It was uniquely suited to the frequency of our souls, which at one point practiced the synchronization of the gods. But we fell from grace into the faulted arms of heartache. And now as I look back at the bond that we had, I feel pain, I feel nostalgia, and I feel abandoned. The bond calls to me in the darkest of night. It dances in my eyes and it dances down my face. This bond is one that will never be forgotten by me. Maybe I've become a memory, a faint figure hated and buried underneath pain. But sometimes I question it all. I question my motives. I question their legitimacy. I question whether I'll ever know a bond like such again. And I feel fear. Fear that our bond meant nothing. Fear that I've been abandoned. Fear that I've been forgotten. Fear that my impact was so minimal, whereas yours was so detrimental. Fear that I'll run back into the arms that caused me discomfort and pain at the cost of myself. Fear that I'll never not love you. I miss you in ways that I think you understand, craving your presence, not for the physicality, but rather for the aura, the ambience of your care, of your love. A love so uniquely suited to me, a love that I can only call perfect because I know no better. Wishing I could break this down to you, but in the face of our bonds, I know no words. In the face of your love, my familiarity with the human communication dissipates. I forget my points, I forget my intentions, and it all distorts. And I know it's not your fault, but it just shows how overpowering this bond was, is, and will be. It shows that I made a mistake. No, I didn't. I made a conscious choice to throw away our bond for my sanity, for my bond with myself. And when I gave into the emptiness of being, I hoped that logic would overpower this bond. I hoped that sanity would combat loneliness, but it didn't. And that's why I lay here struggling to cope with the concept of being alone, a concept I was so familiar with, a concept I had learned to embrace. You untaught the default I had found in loneliness, but I can't say I love you anymore, not because I don't, but because I won't. The day I stopped feeling sad and longing to go back to a bond which provided instability is the day I turned to euphoria. Okay, so this second poem is a bit different. It doesn't have a title. I'm just going to go straight into it. Do you want me to write you a love song? Stranger than fiction, bridging the gap between delusion and reality, exploring whether I perfected you in theory or whether you were perfect to begin with. A net of fidelity, adultery only of the mind, the desperation and desire of another life and another thought, a distant fantasy with shades of you. If in the end I'm back where I started, I won't pity myself. I want to taste the charcoal taste of remembrance and open my mind to the sounds of memory. What is there to find in a life of the hopeless save memory? Life is an experience, so when I feel hollow and the shame and discrepancies lurk in the back of my heart, I chant reassurance to myself that nothing really is. In this skull of mine there is an eternity of chatter, but in this soul of mine there is nothing but silence and mourning. There's no need to explain the calamity that comes along with wanting you. The burn in the lining of my heart, the yearning for you, the love that isn't love, the lust and desire, short breaths and synchronized hearts, pure bliss. Things you can't say with your mouth, things you say through touch. I love it. Course through or pumping through my veins. It's enough without the despair, it's enough without the darkness. Nervousness laced with comfortability, I can taste the infatuation, passed off as nonchalance, when in reality I pray to catch you staring and pouring crashes of obsession into my heart in the way I do yours.